It is a beautiful Monday afternoon, June the 7th, and I have something to show you over here. It's too busy Saturday with all the graduation parties to do a video, but this morning I noticed, remember that one little tree that had all those blossoms, and the one tree we were actually able to cover up completely from that horrible snow and cold we had back in April? Well, look here. The bird hasn't found it yet, and I don't think it's quite ready to eat yet. I think there's two more down here. A few more. Just think, if we'd have a big cherry tree down there, if we could have just covered it with like a 40 square foot sheet, we'd have maybe had cherries this year. Let's go see if that little apple tree we covered completely has anything on it. Well, that's strange. There were a few apples out here. I'm sure there were a week ago or so, and now they've all disappeared. Oh well. What I really need to be doing out here is weeding. But I'll do this video quick and then get the hoe out. Stan does a great job weeding his stuff. The flowers are my stuff, and they're a mess. So this is some of the seed I saved from last year. I had to replant the marigolds because most of them did not come up. But yeah, we've got grass coming up and weeds, and definitely need to hoe. Okay, this zucchini is actually looking pretty good. This one that I had that big can on, Stan took the can off and replanted it because the can that I had it in, it can't go that far under the ground. The poor little zucchini had no way to get its roots to grow. I did plant another one that is up. I'll show you that. And we have some blackberries blooming. I saw some bumblebees out earlier today. It's a really warm, humid day. In fact, the blackberries are blooming like crazy. Huh, this just happened. Well, that's good news. Oh my goodness, it looks like, I tripped on that hose, it looks like the elderberries, which is crazy because you don't really pick these until August, but it looks like we've got an elderberry bloom too. Of course, they'll be about, 5 times that size by the time they're ready? All right, what else do we have over here? The tomatoes are really starting to look great. Stan does spray them down every night with some Miracle Grow water. Wow, they're looking good. And these, I think, were the uglier ones. They're actually nicer. I'm thinking most of these are the determinate varieties that won't get terribly big. Huh. How about blueberries? Yeah, we've got some blueberries, a little bit shrivelly. Here's the problem. They don't have many leaves. I don't know if that was the freeze or if that was when they sprayed. We've got a few new leaves here, but yeah, mostly blueberries and not leaves. It looks a little bit sickly. Not sure what that's going to do with the blueberries. Okay, the cucumbers are also finally now growing. This one, I tried to tuck him in earlier today, and he came untucked. Just have to check on him every day and make sure he sort of trails. That might be the green light. The green light cucumbers are the ones that really like to trail. Okay, and this, I planted these last, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday? The zucchini, and it looks like they are coming up. And that one's coming through the crack. The lettuce I planted, coming up. And the spinach, also coming up. I don't think it's too muddy yet right here. So this is the sweet corn that didn't get blown over from the wind. And this is the new sweet corn that we just planted about a week ago. And it has a great stand. 4 rows of sweet corn here. This was the corn that kind of, some of it kind of blew over. Looks a little bit weather beaten, but I think it'll be okay. And then another row of beans we just planted a week ago. And they're coming up. These are our jade, and the ones down there at the end are the yellow beans. In fact, everything pretty much looks good except the peppers. We'll get to the peppers. Again, the tomatoes, they're looking great. They really are. The hot peppers are finally starting to get some new growth. Stan talked to his brother, and he's having trouble with his peppers being droopy this year too. Like, here's what Stanley did. I don't know what in the world he cut apart for this. So he made like a little protective house for 3 of the peppers. Well, we'll see how it works. I said, how about you just like pick off some of these peppers? He did pick off a bunch, but I don't know, 4 peppers on a little plant like that. So this row here is these are the sweet ones. Okay, we'll give them, they are getting new growth, so I'm thinking maybe by next week Oh, and these beans have actually grown quite a bit. No bug bites yet, otherwise I will need to dust them. And I think last time I said it looked like the potatoes were getting close to blooming. These things they're knee-high on me. And the red ones especially, oh, these are beautiful. The red ones especially are blooming. Turn this way, little guy. Yeah. Nightshade family. In fact, boy, that looks just like a nightshade flower. But there's the potatoes. I think they're beautiful. And, oh, yeah, the beans are coming up. Soybeans are coming up now in the field. These are also green beans. I think these are the momentum. Oh, I forgot I bought one of these. I haven't had this Savoy kind of cabbage for a while. I made sauerkraut into it one year, but it's really good for stir fry, and it made really cool slaw too. Crinkly stuff. 4 of those. Okay, and then, don't remember the other kind. Stonehead were some. The red cabbage I had last year really lasted. Oh, look. Phew, the poor little peas. Trying to come up. Probably not enough to do anything with. And down here, the garlic I just planted, also coming up. So, from this vantage point, I'd say it's looking pretty good. Not sure how well these seedless Concord pollinated. That bunch looks pretty good. This bunch up here does not look quite as good. Stan did spray them with Captan. That worked really well last year for preventing brown rot. We'll see. There's a lot of clusters on here. Okay, and then over here, I did pull up one of these plants of garlic. They're still small. These are some of the cherry tomatoes, including the giant, like 2-ounce cherry tomatoes. And these plants they've really grown. Looking good. Time to rip out that spinach, I think. We've got some new spinach here. And I've picked quite a bit of the lettuce. And it looks like even the colored romaine lettuce now should be ready to pick. Around the corner, you can see if you looked at the other video, there's the marjoram, and there the melissa or lemon basil, and the chocolate peppermint, and the spearmint, and the anise. All of these are completely taking over. Stan said next year I should plant basil in one of these big pots. I think these are all perennial, except for the marjoram. So I might have to get another one of these big pots to put some basil in. Sounds like a good idea. They definitely like it here. I'll go pick some to put in my iced tea. Let's see, what do we want today? Maybe some orange mint. Thought I was done. I forgot about this garden here. What I wanted to show you was the wind did not completely damage these. These things are knee-high too. The onions, they're actually looking really good. In fact, pretty sure these are the tallest onions we've ever had. I don't know. Stan said something he'd read that when they start forming bulbs, you cut the green half off. We've never done that before. So I don't know if he's going to do an experiment on some of them, maybe in a few weeks. I don't know. My purple basil and my Thai basil, butterfly bush that came up again from last year, parsley that reseeded itself. We've got lavender. We have some of the other butterfly bush, kind of milkweed coming up, and the dill. Oh, I know. I wonder if they're still over here. Oh, we had bumblebees on my sage. But over here, and there's one purple basil. Oh, dear. You hungry little critters. What I was going to show you, I can't believe they did that since yesterday. Okay, this is dill also, and what I was going to show you was the swallowtail caterpillars on here. But they have munched this to nubbins. They've munched it down completely. Well, where did they go now? Are they going to destroy all of my dill? Oh, I do like swallowtails, but don't be quite so greedy. Well, I wondered where you were. You've not been here the entire time I was filming. Humid weather makes Rocket just a bit more lazy and not quite so rockety.